Hey there, and welcome to today's class. Today we'll be doing a full body yoga routine just to really stretch out our entire bodies and muscles, as well as some poses will have variations for those of you looking to go a little bit deeper. So, to begin, we'll start off in a seated position with our legs crossed, hands either on our knees or our laps, eyes closed. And we're just going to take the next few breaths just to settle in, clear our minds, and bring our focus right here on the mat. Taking some nice deep belly breaths, breathing in through the nose, feeling your lungs and your chest expand, and gently letting it out either through the nose or the mouth. Taking another deep breath in, and a gentle breath out. Then bring our hands up to our chest. We're going to clasp our hands together, interlacing our fingers. We're going to go through some wrist rolls. So move in the one direction. You can go as small or as big as you want. Just roll out our wrists, getting them nice and warm. And we can change over in the other direction. Finally, keeping your fingers interlaced, you're going to push your palms out away from you and then lift your hands up above your head, bringing shoulders to ears. And then from here, we're going to take a breath in. As you exhale, you're just going to lean over to the left, focusing on keeping your right bum cheek nice and grounded. And then slowly bring your weight back to center as you move on over to the other side. And coming back up, we're going to place now our left hand onto our right knee and our right hand just behind our backs. And from here, we're going to take a breath in, and as we do, we're going to lift our chest up. And then on our exhale, we're going to twist our bodies and see if we can maybe gaze over our right shoulder behind us. And then releasing yourself from the twist, we can move on over to the other side. Right hand on knee, left hand just behind your back. Taking a deep breath in as we open our chest out. And then on our exhale, twisting and seeing if we can gaze behind us over our shoulder. Coming back out of our twist. We're going to go into a boat pose. So having our knees bent, we're just going to lean slightly back, just to the point where we can start floating our feet off the mat, before finally bringing our shins in line with the floor, hands by our sides. We're just going to hold this pose for 5 full breaths, really engaging our core, working on our balance. And for those who are feeling a little bit stronger, you can maybe even straighten your legs out coming into a V shape. And on your final breath, you can cross your feet over each other and you're going to roll over, coming into a tabletop position. In our tabletop, we're going to go into cat cow. So taking a breath in, we can dip our belly down, lifting our chin up. And then on our exhale, bringing chin to chest, rounding our backs out. And seeing if we can look at our belly button. Taking breath in for your cow. And a breath out for your cat. Just going through the motion at your own pace. Focusing on linking your movements with your breath. Going through one last round. And on your last round, you can shift your knees slightly back as you come meet me laying on your stomach. And then using your back muscles in your chest, you're going to lift your chest up as high as you can, as well as maybe hovering your hands off the mat for a baby cobra. And then you're going to exhale, bring your hands back down as we lift our hips up and push back into our downward facing dog. From our down dog, we can just settle into the pose, maybe bending one leg at a time, just to walk our dogs out and get some nice little stretches going on in our legs. And then coming back to stillness, we begin by walking our feet towards the top of the mat, coming to meet me in a forward fold. And taking a breath in, lifting our chest up halfway, keeping our back nice and straight. Exhale back into our fold. And then very slowly, we're going to start rolling ourselves up, coming into a standing position of Tadasana. And then on your next exhale, stepping back with your right foot as we bend our front leg, coming into a high lunge. Moving into a warrior two, bring your left hand forward, right hand back. So make a nice straight line from our front fingertips all the way to the back. Flipping your front palm, we're going to reverse our warrior as we throw our left hand over our head. And with our right hand, we can either rest it on our back leg or maybe do a half bind behind our back. Shifting ourselves back into our warrior two, straightening our front leg as we flip our palms to the side. We're going to bring our left hand down to our shin as we raise our right hand over our head as we come into a Trikonasana triangle pose. Bending our front leg, we're going to bring our right hand now down to the mat next to our foot, and turning our chest over to the left, we're going to lift our left hand up as we come into a twist. Bring left hand down to mat, stepping back into your plank, and taking a breath in. And as you exhale, you have the option of either keeping your legs straight, or you can lower your knees down to the mat. As you bring our chest all the way down, keeping our hands underneath our shoulders, we're going to push our chest up for an inhale as we come into our cobra. And then on your exhale, back into your downward dog. Walking your feet back to the top of the mat, meeting me in a forward fold. Breath in for your half lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to come into your standing. And then exhale, stepping back with your left foot, raising your hands above your head for your high lunge. Go into your warrior two as you drop your back heel. Open your hands out to the front and back, really focusing on pulling your chest, your shoulders back, and engaging your core. Flipping your front palm, reversing your warrior as you drop your left hand down or do a half bind behind your back. Moving back into warrior two, straightening your front leg. Bring left hand down, right hand up into triangle. Bending your front leg, bringing left hand down to mat, and raising our right hand up for our twist. And right hand down, stepping back into your plank for an inhale. Exhale to lower down. Inhale to come into your cobra, or you can lift your thighs off the mat for an upward dog. Before exhaling, back into your downward dog. Now walking your hands to the back of the mat, come into another forward fold. And here we're just going to hang out for a few breaths, just to relax a bit. Maybe swaying our bodies from side to side. Grabbing our elbows for a ragdoll. And then releasing our elbows, we're going to take a breath in as we lift our chest up halfway. And as you exhale, you're going to bend your knees, dropping your hips down as we raise our hands up above our head as we come into a chair. In your chair, you can either choose to keep your hands over your head, or you can bring your palms together at heart center, as well as either staying as a normal chair, or you can lift your heels, leaning slightly forward as we come into a flying chair. Just holding here for 2 more breaths. And on your exhale, dropping your heels, straighten your legs, as you come back into your fold. And then very slowly, you're going to keep your chin tucked into your chest. And you start slowly standing up, straighten your back one vertebra at a time. As you come into another mountain pose, palms facing forward. And from here, we can just take a few breaths just to settle in, feeling our feet gripping into the mat. Taking notice of our balance, our stability. And then going into a warrior three, we're going to start with our right leg. So finding a spot in front of you just to focus on to help with your balance. We're going to step forward with our right leg and then keeping our left leg straight. We're going to hinge over our hips. So raise our left leg up, dropping our chest as we come into a T shape. And we're just going to hold here for 3 full breaths. And on your last breath, slowly bring your left foot down. You can place it down and ground it. Move on to the other side. So making your right foot light off the mat. Taking a breath in. And then exhaling, hinging forward as we raise our right foot up and bring our chest down. Holding for one more breath. And then on your exhale, slowly standing up as you bring our legs back together. Now you can meet me laying on your backs, keeping your knees bent. You're going to hug them into your chest, grabbing onto your shins. As you just sway our bodies from side to side, giving ourselves a gentle little back massage. And then straightening your left leg out. You're going to grab onto your right knee with the left hand. And laying your right hand out, you're going to pull your leg over to the left. As we come into a supine twist. If your neck feels fine for it, you can even twist it and gaze towards your right hand. Bring our leg back to center. Then swap our legs as we bend our left knee into our chest. Laying our left hand out to the side as we pull our leg over to the right. And twisting our head to gaze to the left. Bring our legs back to center. We can bend both of them now together and we just want to windscreen wipe our legs from side to side just to relieve any other tension we might be feeling in our backs. Before finally straightening both our legs out, having our hands by our sides, eyes closed, as we come into our final pose of Shavasana. Just laying here for the next few minutes, letting your body breathe for you as you just relax your entire body and keep your mind clear. Taking a deep breath in, and as you exhale, we can begin waking up our bodies, wiggling our fingers and our toes, turning our head from side to side. You can turn over onto your sides, keeping your eyes still closed. You can push yourself up to come meet me in a seated position. You can just take the next few moments just to reflect. Notice how we feel, and even giving ourselves a little mental pat on the back for making time for yourselves and looking after yourselves. And then when you're ready, you can take a breath in as we bring our palms together at heart center. And then we can bow as we exhale to close our practice. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you felt some benefits, feeling a little bit better, feeling a little bit more relaxed. Please let me know in the comments if there's anything else you would like me to do. And I hope to see you again next time on the yoga mat.